Thursday evening looking at raving fans. Not sure anybody has any more raving fans than old Jackson Browne back in 1977. Hard to believe that song is that old. Well, nice to have you all here tonight. Probably not going to go a full hour because we've only got a few shots to look at. But if you have any questions, that's great. I'm getting ready to set up the Sunday show, which is it's optional. It's just for all Project 52 members to come in. Last time we did one, it was just fabulous, just a fabulous show. And so we're doing another one, questions and stuff. So I've got the screen showing, I got the recording, and I'm going to put that little button away there. That hides all that crap up there. Hides that crap right there. And I get a little bit smaller box here to move around. Very nice. And so, as we do every time, questions or anything? Remember, you have to mute yourself. Otherwise, we're getting some feedback here. All righty. Okay. So, as usual, quiet. No questions. All right. No problem. All right. Here we go. We're going to take a look at our very first picture up here, which is Julie's. Julie's shot. Oh. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. I like how you isolated that one person there, Julie.
Yeah. Thank you.
Somebody's not muted, folks, because we're getting lots of crosstalk.
It's like a echo. What you say is repeated.
Yes. And it's not strong enough, unfortunately. Usually I can look at my audio and it'll tell me who's cross talking, but it doesn't now. So please check that mute button. Okay. So Julie, tell us about the shot.
Well, because it kind of worked out with the assignment. I was going to a concert. My daughter plays in a band. This is actually one of her band members, the one that's highlighted here. And so I figured it was a good opportunity to take pictures. I do have to say that I didn't really study the whole layout, which was the biggest challenge to with the type,
Mm-hmm.
because I had some other pictures that the type wouldn't work with. So I kind of was struggling with this last night, trying to get a picture that had black, background or some kind of solid background. But anyway, yeah. So these kids would play, the bands would play, and then it wasn't a huge crowd, but in this picture, it doesn't really show that it's not a huge crowd. But they at this point they were most active in getting up and dancing and clapping, and so I took the picture. It was the first time I've kind of done musician indoor. I used about a 1600 ISO, and but was at a 2.8. I was just looking up what I took it at, and so it was kind of fun to do it. And then the insert is another band. I just picked a picture that would fit in the layout. I took a bunch of pictures.
Okay. All right. So that's just the stage lighting then that we're seeing here. Both of them.
Yes, I didn't use any flash, but I was near. At this point, when I took this single person, there was more light there. It was near the band. I was standing right to the near the stage.
Okay.
Right there. So it was good, better light than back of the room.
Cool.
Yeah.
Looks like a nice little shot there, Julie.
Thank you.
Nice. Nice clean little photograph. Yeah. You got it. But you've got to remember you got to study those layouts.
Yeah, yeah. I realized afterwards. Oh shoot.
Yeah, you can sort of, kind of get them etched into your brain. And it makes it just a little bit easier for the shot to happen. But very good, very good, very good,
Thank you.
very good.
Yeah,
This one's also yours.
right. It was after the fact that I put this up. You had the you were doing the makeup, but I couldn't make last week, so I wanted to put this in to just get some feedback. This was my cook's tools.
Okay. Right. Well, it's some good exposure going on here. I will say that. I mean, to keep this onion alive against a very pretty bright background. It's not quite pure white, but
Right.
there's no doubt what it is. And of course, we do have pure white in the highlights here, so
Hmm.
that helps set it off. I do think you could probably bring your exposure up on this background a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny because on my computer it looks lighter, but when I saw it come up on the screen, it looks beige, and it wasn't beige. It's a white background.
Yeah, that it looks to me. It looks to me like it's. Do you process in Lightroom?
I do a first through in Lightroom,
Yeah,
yes, and then I do Photoshop.
check it in Lightroom and check that histogram. You're just
Yeah,
gonna have to close that histogram up from the right, and also when you're in Lightroom, open this up just a little bit more.
okay.
This brown
Yeah,
here.
it's
We
kind of
want to.
dark now that I look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's just a little bit dark, and that darkness is not. Um, the darkness is not helping the picture. We know that it's some sort of sauce, but we want
Right.
to see a little more of the detail of it.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
All right. Thank you.
Good. Good, good. These are like barbecue tongs.
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some last year for Father's Day barbecue
Yeah,
tongs.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was my husband. He just got them brand new, so I had to take pictures with them.
There you go. There you go. All right. Whose is this? Pat.
That's mine. Yeah. How you doing, Don?
Good. Pat, you can't stretch the picture.
I was standing on a ladder and I was up as high as I could get. I wanted another, like foot off to the side to kind of get the gear out from underneath the lettering.
Uh-huh. Okay. You're gonna
But
go back into Photoshop because we can't do this to this little kid. He's distorted, okay? What there's a thing called you have Photoshop, right?
yep.
Okay. They have a content aware fill that actually will add to this over here. Have you seen
Oh,
it?
okay.
It is
I don't know. I don't think I've ever used it.
amazing. You
Okay.
just simply say, I need, another inch of stuff back here, and it gives
Yep.
it to you. You can take a square picture and tell it to make it an oblong. I mean, a landscape picture like this,
Rectangle.
and it
Yep.
does it. It does it.
Huh.
It's just the damnedest thing you've ever seen, and it'll do it without adding to him here. Um, let's see. It's called content aware scale right here.
Okay.
This is unbelievable. So I'm going to click on it just so we can get the URL and paste it in for you. I haven't used it very often, but when I have used it, it's been absolutely perfect. And every time
Okay.
I have used it, I just walk away shaking my head like, oh my God. I'm going to put it down in the questions here. Actually, somebody has to send me a question first. If someone could do that, I'll paste this in.
All right, hold on.
All right. So while we're waiting for a question to come through, just any question. There we go. Thank you. Here's one. Thank you. Thank you, Ted. That's great. Type answer here. Okay. Did you all get the link?
Yep.
All right. Good. Okay. So tell us what you did. What you did do when you shot
All
down.
right. Obviously, I had him lay on the grass. It was a sunny day, so I found like a shady spot
Right.
to kind of cut it down. So I was able to move the goal to where I wanted it, and we started placing his gear all around him. Um, and I obviously had him put his uniform and stuff on.
Yeah.
So I stood on a ladder. I was, I don't know, it was 5 foot ladder or whatever. So I'm standing at the top of that. So I'm probably 11
Well,
or so,
yeah. I love the angle, man.
10 or
Really
11
do.
feet straight down.
Yeah.
I had a flash. I was holding my strobe camera left, I don't know, 3 feet maybe, to kind of just brighten it up a little bit. And I also had my daughter standing camera right because the sun was kind of getting him right in the face. I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to use her as a flag for me.
Oh, okay. A human flag. Small
A
kidlet
human
flag.
flag, exactly.
Yeah, human
So she
kidlet
was there.
flag. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay. And so basically, you were shooting this with a lens that was so long, you couldn't get much to the side of it, then, right?
What I have? I had a 24. So I wanted some more off to the side, and I
Hmm.
just couldn't get any taller.
Sure. 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 Um, well, wow, even with a 24, you came. It was this close, huh? Wow.
Well, 24 on a crop frame, so what's that, 35-ish,
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. All right. Yeah. So you're shooting just about a 35, 38.
something,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ish. Yes. Yeah. 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 Um, yeah, it's shots like this when you go, ah, what I'd give for just a couple more millimeters width.
Yeah. Or a
Um,
ladder that had 3 more rungs.
yeah. Well, I'm I'm not great. I'm not great standing on ladders like fire guys are. So,
Eh,
ladders for you guys are like as is the ladder. I'm like, oh crap! I got about I've seen guys standing on the top where it says "Don't
yep.
stand here."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not no. I'm not even crazy about getting on the roof. So, yeah, that would have a little bit wider lens would have helped you. I think a lot to
Yep.
to
Okay.
just to shoot a bunch around it, and
Yep.
then crop it down. And that's what I figured a lot of folks would have to do. Then we got the shot of him goaling down there, being a goalie. Good.
Yep. I mean, that was obviously in one of his games, so
Yep.
it kind of worked together. He had the game, later that day.
Yeah. Well, very, very well styled shot here, by the way.
Thank you.
Looking past the fact that you've squished your kid, um, the rest of it is nicely done. All the props and the whole bit. You're not lighting this at all?
Oh, I have a yeah, I had my speed light.
Okay. And
I had a speed light just enough to give it a little extra pop.
is it soft boxed or is it open?
No, it was just
Just
just wide open.
Yep. Yep. Just looks like just a little wink of flash. I mean, that's cool. Really, and I'm sure between it and the totally natural, there's a huge amount of difference, but we don't see a huge amount of flash.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Hey
cool.
Pat, can I ask you a question? Can I ask a
Sure.
question about this shot?
Please.
Hey,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm curious as I'm looking at it. It looks like the kid was the goalie, and he took a shot so hard it knocked him right on his butt, and all his gear went flying off. Is that what you were going for?
No, actually, it was just one of those things where this is my son, and he absolutely loves to play goalie. And he's only 11, and he already, basically picked that that's what he wants to play. Like, so we just grabbed all his gear, and I just kind of was spreading it around to show that when he has that much stuff
Yep.
to kind of go along with the raving fan thing, um, just it's amazing the amount of stuff lacrosse players seem to attach themselves to. So that was kind of it's just showing everything more so
Yeah.
than
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it.
thanks.
Yeah. I agree. It's pretty cool. Good shot. Now try that technique and let me know if it worked on this, okay?
Okay.
All right. Nice.
Thanks.
Raving fans. Oh, wow. Thad, what an interesting approach, my friend.
Thanks.
So you, hmm, you- this is, I've never had anybody turn in a shot like this. We've got so much dimension in this shot. Is this one single shot that you did?
Nope.
Okay. So we got the guy out there in the little room, and we got
Yep.
the cigarette lighter guy up here.
Right. Same guy, by the way.
Same guy. Okay.
Yeah, I composited the hand with the lighter in
You,
to the other shot.
you did a good job with it.
Mm,
Did a good job
thank
with
you.
it. Sold me. Um, I think the heat around the hand and then the warm sunset really does a nice job. Got
Thank-
a little bit of light behind this white type here, but you know what?
Yes.
Yeah, they'd still run it. People would be able to read it. They'll still run it. That's just one line. There's the problem there. They'll run it anyway. I just came back from Omaha. I flew out on the 30th and I came back on the 2nd. And so I got two Spirit Southwest plane magazines. And all I can say is, yeah, they'll run it. As
I
a
tried
matter
to
of
take
fact,
the.
they ran a whole paragraph in white over a white background. It was
Oh wow.
really difficult to read.
So the shot you see at the ceiling there where the white type is, that's a speed light flashing up
Uh huh.
to the roof of the gazebo. And I
Right.
tried to take it down enough so you could still read the type, but I could have gone a little bit more, I think.
Well, no, you don't want to do that. What you'd want to do is to come in Photoshop here, right? You
Mm-hmm.
just take that one little area right there where the type is, right
Yeah.
here, and use your burn tool
Oh.
and just slide it across at 15 or 20%. Just burn it once, burn it twice, then view it with the type, and it would probably be just fine. And it'll still look bright and lit. You just got to take it down a little bit.
Okay.
All right. So this guy's got one raving fan. But
Yeah, right.
but if he's got a fan, he's got one guy there listening to him, and the guy's actually got his lighter out. That is right there a very raving fan. So by definition, so it's when you're in the set, there's one guy going woo, woo. Yeah. All right. Very nice. And then we've got the insert shot here of what is that? Like a travel trunk?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. How did you shoot that shot in the studio then?
Let me think. I had three lights on this. Two on the left and right was speed lights. The left speed light had a red gel on it. I was actually orange. I was trying to mimic the light in the other shot.
Okay.
And then I have a white, well, just a regular speed light shining on the neck of the guitar, so you can see the Yamaha logo on the guitar.
Right.
And then I have a monolight shining on the travel trunk below it.
Okay. So we got a little bit of a spotlight effect here. Got
Yep.
some color coming in here. So very interesting photograph. Even though it's small, you put a lot of time into that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good shot.
Thank you.
This is a we always talk about problem solving, right?
Uh-huh.
This is a good problem solving shot. So
I think the hardest part was getting the flare around the lighter, the flame for the lighter.
yeah.
That was a monster because it actually looked white when I shot it. So I had to add yellow to it and take the exposure down. That was a lot. That was a lot of work.
Well, you did a great job in putting the flame right in front of like where that looks like where the sun would be, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very clever. So
Thank you.
yeah, you can show, and you're going to show this shot, of course, without the type on it in your portfolio. But that's a fun shot. Fun shot.
Thanks.
Good. Well done. Boy, everybody's just doing some cool stuff here. Frameworthy, Thad.
Me again. This was assignment 42 for last Saturday.
Cook's Tools.
Yes.
Wow. This is fun. This is also a really well done shot. That.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell us how you lit this. That's pretty nice.
Monolight and speed light on the background to blow it out, and then another speed light and umbrella on the model, in front of him, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you say blowing it out, how much brighter was the white background than your exposure for him?
I don't know that I could give you numbers.
Okay, here's how I do it. See, I like it's bright back here, but you are so bright back here that we're losing the edge of the shirt. Are we, or is it just my monitor?
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
Somebody else mentioned that to me too.
That could be part of the style of the shot too. Stylistically, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, that a lot of shots are that way. I think in advertising, though, the ad agency is going to want to see that shirt. So it's some definition for them. Okay, so here's what I do. If perfect exposure of white is white, right? So if you meter a white wall with your ambient light meter and it says F11 and you shoot at F11, the white wall should come out white. We're not using a reflected meter, it would come out middle gray. But if you're using an ambient meter, correct exposure of anything white in a picture is white. So if our background is F11 and our guy here is F11, the background should come out white. Now, we're all photographers and we all know not quite. That white wall at F11 isn't quite white. It's, it's not that blown, paper white. So we have 3 different places we can put it. What I do is I'll take, like, if he's F11, okay, in my wall, to get a clean white wall would be 11, 12, 13. 2/3 of a stop brighter than my light here, and you will end up with a perfectly white background. You'll also, if it's back far enough, you also have all the definition in the shirt you want, because the background is still not a backlight. With me? It's just a bright background. If you take it up to 1 1/3 stops, so 2/3 more stops, or back in the day, 1.5 stops, but 1 1/3 stops brighter, we start to get a little bit of flare right on the edges of, like, the ears. If it's a blonde model and she has wispy hairs, they're now blown out. They're gone. If you go to 2 stops, you have a lot of edge flare, because if the backlight's 2 stops brighter than the front light, it really is a backlight situation, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's just, if you stood somebody outside in the sun, the sunlight on the back of them is about 2 stops brighter than the sun on the front of him in the shadow side. So we end up with a backlight. At that point, even the edges of the blonde's hair will blow out, and, like, the little white cap here, what's killing it is the flare. It's actually flaring on the edges, so it presents an edge of white against white where we can't tell where one ends and the other one picks up because of the flare. So I'm very meticulous about my white background. None of those is wrong, right? It's just a different look. Just a different look. But I'm always wary when I see Facebook or Flickr and somebody, how to make a white background, and somebody say, "Oh, you take 87 lights on 4 and just nuke it." And really, that's probably not the best way to go. You know what? I see the shirt. I was at an angle where I wasn't seeing the shirt. Shirt's coming right down over here. All right. Now let's talk about what's really good with a shot. It's really a good shot. Great model, great face, clever tools. It's a very humorous shot. Goes in your port, man. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah, good shot.
Good.
Wow. Guys are knocking it out. Mr. Middlebrook.
Hello, Don. How are you?
Very good, Dwayne.
I wanted kind of a moody shot of the artist, and then an insert of his fans.
Well,
This was taken against the wall around the city hall here,
yeah.
and I liked the picture, but when I got home with it, I had problems with the type.
Yeah. And so what you do is you just
I
basically use that.
The black type was even worse.
Yep. You
I
use
thought
your,
about darkening down this area here under the type, but
yes,
then I
that's
decided
what you
that
should
would
have done.
look weird.
Nope, that's what you should have done. Yep. Just use your burn tool, and with the type
Yes.
sitting over it, just take your burn tool and just kind of at about 25%, just big soft brush, just dab it. You'll find that you'll dab it 2 times here at 25%, and that type will be readable. You come in here, dab it just a little bit right in here, get the highlights off that fence, and it'll be readable. It won't take
Okay.
much. It won't take much, but that's what I would do. Yes, I could pull this shot out. Okay, we could make this shot work. That being said, though, make sure when you're out shooting the layout, make sure that you don't put these real busy backgrounds behind where you know the type is going to go, or find a corner where he could be like on a corner, and then over here maybe that's
Yeah, there's
way down there and out of focus.
yeah,
Part
there's
of
there's another area around the back of the building where it's just a plain wall. There aren't any openings.
yeah,
Maybe I should have shot it there,
possibly.
but I didn't because when you shoot, you're standing in the street, and here that's not a good idea.
It's probably not a terribly good idea here either. Standing in the street is one of those cautionary tales of how many times have we photographers almost been hit by a bus. But that what you got to do sometimes is print that layout print it out and take it with you and just look at it. Look at the shot, look at that layout and say, okay, what's going to be behind this type? Because yes, we could pull this out, but I would rather not have to do that. I'd rather have you not turn in a photograph to the client where they have to then screw around with it, because that's they're gonna remember that. I love the idea of the little girls here. Is there anything readable on their shirts?
Not really.
Okay, flip it.
They're
So
sort of random.
yeah, so flip it so they're looking at him.
Okay.
If there's nothing
I
in
didn't
there,
think of that.
I don't think it would make. I don't see any type or anything like that where they're just designs. So yeah, flip it so they're looking at him. That'll work even better.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's okay. So it doesn't fit the layout very well, but it's a very good shot. Really good shot of him. So this is a solid keeper without the type on it. Just the shot.
Mm-hmm.
You might bring his face up just a little bit. It's a little dark under his eyes. Take the dodging tool or the highlight painting thing that I do on the layer and just dab it once or twice, just to bring the face up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. And who is this young man?
Who is? Oh, that's my son Jude.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a good shot, man. Yep. Doesn't fit the layout, but it's a darn good shot. And when you turn these kids where they're looking at him, it's going to change everything. It'll just change everything on the shot.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Really nicely done. Beautiful stuff, guys. I'm glad we got a chance to look at the last week's stuff too. Don't hesitate, by the way, to do that. We have such a small group on Tuesday nights that it's really not a problem if we have to go in and look at something from last week. So anything else I can help you with today? All right, this
Do you have
weekend.
any previews of things to come?
Yeah, we are. Did you see the big summer workshop? The big summer assignment for everybody.
Apparently not.
Okay, yeah, it's up on the blog. And what we're going to do is if you go on vacation, do that. If you take a few little road trips, do that. If you want to do it around the town, or maybe you choose a portraits in your town, or portraits of people on the beach, or portraits of whatever. But it's a 3 month project. Do it at your leisure. Um, and then on September 1st, we're all going to go in and create an exposure.co page, and
Oh wow.
flood exposure.co with Project 52 members' work. So there's a link there. If you're not familiar with exposure.co, go over and take a look at it. You can put up 3 for free. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm encouraging everybody to get over there and sign up. I think it'll always be 3 for free, but I'd hate for us to do this whole thing and get to September and find out they've given up on the free ones. So go over there and get your account, and take a look what people are doing. Some of them are very professional. Some of them are just amateurs putting stuff up. But I think it'd be a blast to have a nice presence of Project 52 up there. It's long. Well, we're sitting here chatting about it. I'll just bring it up. We got plenty of time here. Let's see. See if I got the right thing. No, exposure.co, Don. Yeah, it's created for photographers. It's like I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Medium, but it's kind of like Medium, but for photographers. It's really all about um, photo stories. So we've got Big Sur here. That's the one that's featured. They randomly feature one at the top. You put your photograph in and your title. It creates this sort of muted photograph here. And then after that, it's just scrolling down and photographs. A little bit of copy and photographs. And it's a free group blog, if you want to think of it that way, because every page that you have, it's like a blog page that you maintain, and you can go back in and add to it. You can edit it. You can do all kinds of things. But the whole idea is to show all these, a great way to show all these pictures, and it's free. So it's getting a lot of attention out there in the photo world. So photo editors are coming to Exposure and looking for cool stuff. So you don't want to put a portfolio up there. It's not what it's for. And in fact, you'd probably make more art directors mad at you for looking at it, for making them looking at a portfolio, than you would win anything. But for any kind of long form stuff that you do, maybe you spend a day on the like this guy spent a couple of days going up through Big Sur. Maybe you spend a day or two on a road trip and you come back with 15 or 20 shots. What a great place to put them, What a really nice place to put them. And they're getting, like I said, they're getting tons and tons of PR on this thing. So it's very cool.
Cool.
So I thought it would be a fun way for us to do it. And then we'll create a page over on Lighting Essentials where we can link to everybody's exposure. And then within exposure, we can link to everybody else's exposure and just make it a really fun project for the whole team, so to speak. So
sounds good.
Yep. I'll give you a highlight into June's special assignment. We did the shooting film for June, I mean for May, and the stuff's coming in now. It's really great, really really good stuff. Got as you guys send them to me, just you make your contact sheet, send me your contact sheet, and I put it up on the blog and on Facebook. You know, I want to know what camera you used, what film you used, if you did anything special with it, and processing, that type of thing. And send me that, and I'm adding it to it. And then on the 16th of June, Monday, it'll go live. So, and of course, if somebody's late getting their stuff scanned, we'll always add it to it. Always get it in there for them. So it'll be a lot of fun. So any questions? All right. All right, folks. Fantastic. One more thing. In July, we will do our exit exit hours. Okay. So I'll be setting that up mid-June. So you guys come in and do your sign up for your hours, so we can talk exactly what comes next for you, etc. And also in July, we're going to do a business seminar. It's going to be 4 webinars in a row, and really all on business. So there'll be some assignments and stuff for that as well. So some people will be paying for that business class. You will not be. So be able to come in because of your Project 52.
Very good.
Well, all right, folks. I will. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go have my hot tea and see if that'll help my cough, which is so much better today than it was yesterday. And I will see you next week.
All right. Thanks, Don.
All right. Good night now.
Thank you, Don. Bye.